joint, boy. I love this song.
Anyway, oh, that's
What happened?
man. I had the
Hey, bro.
iPad playing, man.
Hey, bro.
Excuse me.
You ever heard? You ever
What's
seen?
up,
You ever
Miss
watched
Brown?
Sanford and Son, bro? You remember
Man.
when Fred used to refer to Lamont, you big dummy?
Michelle Lynette Brown. What's up with you, Michelle? Oh my god,
Dude, you act like this is the first time you doing this, bro.
man.
You big dummy.
Yeah.
Dude, we had like a perfect intro going on and then you done messed it up.
Man, whatever. What's up, Michelle? How you doing today, love?
Who's that, Michelle?
I don't think you know Michelle. I don't think yeah, it's
I
Michelle
know.
Brown.
You don't know who I know, bro.
You ever trying to get your teeth whitened and things like that? Salon, spa. Oh my God, my girl Michelle does it well. You know. Matter
She's
of
in
fact,
Baltimore?
Nah, she's in. She's not too far from you. She's in.
Bowie?
Yeah, Bowie Town Center.
Oh, right.
Bowie, Maryland.
That's
Yeah.
about 5 minutes away. Michelle, I'm have to holler at you.
Salon, spa.
I know this dude named Carlton who needs your
I've been
work.
there. That's what I'm saying. Sean, hey man, everybody business. Traveling to the ATL. I see you going for holidays.
Dude.
Tell everybody in the ATL what's good. Y'all welcome. You're looking at Always at Odds. Always at Odds. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Forgive us for the talking in the beginning. They was kind of came on here and I had music playing and everything. Roman, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, bro. But the question is, did the audience hear the music, bro? That laid track that we have.
You want to
playing.
play it again?
Well, did they hear it, bro?
Yeah, they heard it.
So I don't understand. What was the glitch?
Man, don't
No, I'm
stop
just
with
saying.
that.
What is the glitch, bro? You act like this is the first time you
One of
ever
our
did this.
sponsors here, people, is wine. We're here called Huck Spirits, HUX Spirits. They got all type of drinks. I'm drinking the sangria, hazelnut bourbon. Okay.
And I'm drinking the chocolate bourbon.
Yeah, y'all should check that out. I'm not just saying that because they were one of our sponsors. This joint is really good. I went to they got a vineyard out there by what's that thing called where they do the big I drive past it Mount Airy.
Yeah. Linganore.
Yeah. Bridget Lawson, what's up, Miss Lawson? Bridget Lawson in the house. You remember Bridget, right?
I don't.
Oh, you know Bridget, dog.
Okay. The
From
name.
Brook.
The name sounds familiar. I just can't remember the face.
Bridget.
She graduated our year.
Yeah, no, she came out. Bridget when you came. Bridget came out a year after us, I think.
Lawson.
Yeah, LAWSON.
Okay. Nah, I don't remember. Sorry, Bridget. But hello to you. Thank you for tuning in.
Omar Rowe, what's up, Omar?
Oh.
Omar in the house. Kurt, we call him the
Hey,
family.
man,
You know,
don't forget to give our studio a shout out here, the Underground Lab. The Underground Lab.
you started. Go ahead and finish.
I just did.
Okay, well, I got to echo what you say.
Like you used to do. Didn't you get in trouble doing that anyway? Echoing me,
Man, it's
cheating
gonna
off
be
my
one of them
paper.
days today. This sangria, I'm really, this is my first time having the sangria. This sangria is like that.
Yeah, it is very good.
Yeah. So anybody, again, Huck Spirits, HUX Spirits, SPIRITS. If you can't remember that, just call me. I'll just show you how to get to it.
Yeah. See, let's talk about.
Hold on, can I get the call in information? Because we're supposed to have some hot topics tonight, and I'm gonna need the audience to call in because we
let's
got
do
some
that.
real stuff. And I'm tired of being the only one to bust Roman in the head when it comes to arguments, y'all. Somebody else need to do it. I'm getting tired of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Please, somebody.
It's
do
like
it.
beating your little brother all the time. You know what I'm saying? There's no competition. You know what I'm saying?
Please do it, because
So-
this dude can't do it.
I think my producer mad at me because I was supposed to get here early and he was supposed to put the telephone number and stuff down there. So he probably So I got to do it the old-fashioned way.
Dude, get the number, bro.
Area code 480-200-9570. Again, for you slow and impaired people like Roman, 480-200-9570. Call up when we get these topics in here so somebody else can get on Roman. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of killing them. Tired.
Yeah, whatever.
But go ahead. What we talking about today, sir?
Well, before we get into our main topics, bro, can we talk about a little bit of football? I think both of us need to get some stuff off our chest, right? Because your team is just as horrible as my team right now.
What you want? You one of them people, you crabs in a barrel type syndrome. You know, you want to bring other people down because your former skins, Washington football team is so bad. You want somebody to join you and say, yeah, Pittsburgh bad too. I mean, we still got a shot at playoff. We still above 500. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
So
you know, if we're going to speak technically, no one's been eliminated from the playoffs yet. So, and no, I don't want your team to join me. They just are there. They suck. Just like my team sucks.
I've known you your whole life, but this slow, deliberate talk that you have, it irks my nerves. It always has. You know what I'm saying? You can't answer a quick answer. Roman, what time is it? He'll be like,
because I like to give context. But you
are you talking?
Half the time I don't know what you're talking about.
Or PM? See, which one are you? You know, see, are you talking?
So that's what I'm talking about.
Time zone or the central? Because they're two different. Tell you all this before telling you the time. That's telling me it's 3.
But that's the thing I'm talking about. Because half the time when you speak, there's no clarity to it.
Whatever.
We got to ask probing questions so we can get the full picture.
Probing questions.
Yeah, you want me to define probing for you?
No, please don't. I want you to get sick and can't come to the show no more.
You're making me sick now, so it's working, bro.
So tell them what we talking about. Everybody over here.
Nah, bro. Let's talk about them stupid Steelers first, bro. The ones that you like to talk crap about.
You want to talk about?
Let's talk about your stupid Steelers. You need a quarterback.
I'm gonna start with. Let me start.
He's as old as dirt right now. He can't do anything.
He's better than anybody you got in the squad. Any quarterback in your team is better with.
Nada. He used to be.
Is.
No.
Ben's a Hall of Famer.
He used to be.
Ben's a Hall of Famer.
He's not Hall of Famer.
Can you say
based
that
on
about
this
any quarterback y'all had in the last 10 years? Can you say they're a Hall of Famer? I'll wait.
The point I'm making, Dingbat, is at the end of the day, based on how he's playing this year, it's not why he's getting into the Hall of Fame.
Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame. That's all I need to say. Hall of Famer.
What have you done for me lately? What has he done, bro, the last year or two?
His career got him into the Hall of Fame. I thought I just said that.
We ain't talking about career. We're talking about your 6-6-1. Is that what you guys are? 6-6-1.
You ain't no guess. You know what we are.
I don't know.
I
typically don't look at the bad teams.
I'm mad at Pittsburgh over something though. I was watching.
Let it out. Go ahead. Man. Get on the couch.
Watching you saw the Cardinals game the other day.
I did.
Okay, the Cardinals was playing LA Rams.
Yep.
And Connor is the starting running back. Connor used to be with Pittsburgh though. Yep. He's from Pittsburgh. Remember, he has one hand leukemia.
Yeah, he replaced Bell when Bell set out that year.
Well, he didn't replace. We drafted him.
No, I'm saying he replaced him in the starting line.
Right, okay. And so he did his thing. We had a nice 2-3 years, but his last year wasn't remarkable. So we let him go because we knew we had Najee coming from Alabama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and now he's with Arizona.
Rocking it.
He's MVP of that boy.
Whoa.
Oh, he's MVP. I mean,
of what?
I ain't saying
MVP of what?
Of the Arizona Cardinals.
No, he's not.
Oh, you really don't watch football, there?
No, I do. That's part of the problem. You think you think he's more MVP than
He's the reason why they win. I ain't saying Kyrie. What's your name is not like that.
Kyle.
I couldn't say that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you're saying he's MVP over Kyle.
Yeah,
you're tripping.
Okay,
you're tripping.
Okay, I've been tripping before.
No, you are. You stay tripping.
Okay, who's the MVP of the Washington football team? Since you want to talk about the squads,
dude, why you always trying to hit below the belt, bro?
Ain't no hit below.
Nobody want to talk about the Washington football team, bro.
I think I know your squad better than you do. McLaurin?
You're probably right because I stopped watching.
McLaurin, why are we having this conversation?
Because your team suck and my team suck.
My team don't suck.
Your team, dude. See, that's the problem. You delusional.
Injuries are part of the game. We've had some hard injuries.
Who brought up injuries? You.
It's part of the game. Yeah, man. It wasn't because
so if it's part of the game, so why you bringing it up?
Whoever, dog. Come on, man.
Y'all suck, and it's okay because the Redskins suck too. The problem is with you, you can't admit it, but for me, I'm a realist. Your boys suck, and it's okay.
William Brown, what's happening, sir? Willie. Do
I know Willie?
You know Willie, man. Billy called up to the show a couple times. from Howard HU. Where you go to school with? I think he went to St. John's.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He played ball or anything?
Nah.
He's in your category.
Nah, he's not. I play ball.
What ball? Badminton ain't no ball in no badminton, bro.
Badminton? That's your thing?
Ball?
I know you short now. That's what you did. That's what you did.
Wait a minute. Badminton,
dog.
What ball you play, see?
Man, anyway.
Do you fool people because you 6'5"?
I'm 6'5". I got ball skills too.
Man, whatever, bro. All right, bro. Let me share some interesting facts a little bit here, bro, about today.
Yeah, he is petty, Michelle.
Who's that? Michelle said that?
Yeah.
I'm Patty Michelle or your boy Patty?
Patty. You petty. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, what's today's date?
16th, I think. 17th,
yeah, December 16th, tomorrow the 17th.
Okay.
And the reason why I know this March the 17th, we have a ugly sweater contest happening at our job tomorrow, and officially, just ironically enough, the official ugly contest started on December 17th back in 2002. But anyway, in December 16th, the history. What's a good history fact? You remember Avatar, the movie?
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the most. Since 2009. That's when that movie came out in 2009. And this day in history, in our history, that is the highest gross movie to ever come out. They earned like $2.7 billion worldwide.
Right.
So that's just an interesting fact.
I agree.
December 16th.
I don't know. I've seen Avatar quite a few times. And I'm not usually, that's not my genre of movies I like. I liked it from the get though.
No, did really?
Yeah.
Oh, cause you're not a big supernatural.
I'm not at all.
Okay, so I do all that.
Yeah.
And then just a famous, just for kicks and giggles, a famous person birthday today. Remember the fridge, William Perry?
Yeah, he died. Somebody told me Fred died.
Yeah, dude, he died a while back ago. But yeah, he was also born on this day. Yeah, back in 1962, I believe is what it said.
For those that don't know, Fridge was a defensive lineman for the Chicago Bears. He played on the world famous, the best defense that ever played in the history of football. What year was that? Let's see if you know your sports. What's 85, the best defense? That's the best defensive team I ever seen.
85. That's 85
when Bears.
Yeah, but that was 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, first of all, don't try to test me in sports.
Oh, you ain't know that. You ain't know that. Anyway, Fridge was part of that squad.
Would you say they're better? Now, I don't know if I disagree with you, but you say they were better than the Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis and them?
Mm-hmm. They were top 5. I got my Giants up there with LT.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Carl, that. But again, it's a little suspect because what made the Giants so special was that linebacking core. You know what I'm saying? I think it was Harry Carson, LT.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Reasons was on that squad as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that squad dominated at linebacker play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
they had, your boy was on that. Mike Strahan.
Nah, Strahan wasn't.
He was. He got a ring with him.
Dude, no, he not with Taylor. Are you out your mind?
But he played with LT. You're right.
He ain't played with no LT.
He did. He got a year.
Strahan?
Yeah, Strahan. Michael.
Dude, let's
look it up.
Let's bet
somebody out there.
Let's bet your first paycheck when you.
Okay, but that's Walter Payton was on the same squad.
Walter Payton? What are you
we talking about? The 85 Bears.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the LT's team, bro. I'm like, what you talking about?
That LT team.
You know, Strahan retired in.
Right. You know when LT retired in. Before that, I don't know where the LT retired at.
He said before that.
I don't know where the LT retired. That's the reason I watch football 90s. Today. It's 2 people I watch football. First one was Franco Harris, my favorite running back from Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the reason why I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers lover. But at the same time, LT.
Yeah, no question.
LT.
Was he the greatest defensive player ever? You think?
I'm gonna put him up there. He's top. He's very short.
Between him and Reggie White. And sure, you could even put Dion in that bliggy.
I think Aaron Donald's gonna beat Reggie White.
Yeah,
that's the thing
tough,
about that,
bro.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Donald is just
he is a beast. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So all y'all football people. Calvin, what's up, Calvin? Calvin Williams in the house. You know what I'm saying? LT 93, he retired. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Producer that knows how to.
Like I said, in the 90s, Strahan was not playing in the early 90s, bro.
Oh, Carl Banks, you're right. Carl Banks on that squad when that Giants squad.
Yeah, Carl Banks. But Strahan, just so I'm clear, so you owe me this bet. Strahan was not playing in the early '90s, man.
Somebody, when did Strahan come in the league? And I bet you came.
It was in the 2000s. He won the championship.
I said when did Strahan come in the league? That's the question.
I don't know. Early 2000. When was the last Giants?
Somebody call up here and let me know that. That's 480-200-9570. I'm tired of playing Roman with football. He just started watching football last year. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm correcting you. I've been correcting you ever since.
Yeah.
With your non-football.
Calvin's a Miami fan. That's what I know about Calvin. I ain't joining on you, Calvin. I just know very few Miami Dolphin fans. Calvin reps them.
No, I know a few.
He came in the league in '93. Okay, so they did play a year together.
Strahan?
Yeah.
And he retired when?
I don't know when Strahan retired, but LT retired in '93. Strahan came to the league in '93. Okay. It's like, I'm sorry, Carlton. Of course you're right.
I have to double check that.
He retired in
08.
Yeah, good, nice career. I just remember he got the little sack. He has a sack record for most sacks in a year. But
when that bull crap sack he did on Brett Favre.
Right.
Where Favre fell
For
down.
those who know, your Brett Favre was the quarterback, and he was falling down, but he gave the Strahan the record. He made it seem like he sacked him. It was like, it was a nothing play. You know what I'm saying? The easiest sack of Strahan's career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so anyway, bro, I'm just glad the NBA season's out and in full effect because my football team. I hated the fact that the Redskins went on this run because I want them to lose so we can get a top 3 draft so we can actually go pick a real quarterback.
Appreciate you, Willie. Willie said the same thing on that. He said 93 Strahan. Thank y'all for looking out on that.
Thank you, Will.
Say that. Say what you did. One more time.
Thank you, Willie.
Right before that, I was going to answer what you said.
Yeah. I'm disappointed with the Washington football team. I hated the fact that they went on that 3-game winning streak because I want them to lose so we can get a high draft pick to pick a real quarterback. And that's kind of like what y'all issue is. Y'all need a quarterback, bro.
Yeah, we need a quarterback, but that's not our biggest problem. I mean, I'm
biggest
glad Ben. I mean, they paid Ben his money. Ben was coming off 2-year contract. He knows his last year. Ben should have been gone 2 years ago, but I understand why he stayed. I'm not mad at Ben. I mean, for everything he's done for Ben, got his two NFL championships. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can't be mad.
Much respect to Ben.
Right. We've been to the ship 3 times at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Done. And if Ben was like Tom Brady and took care of his body, maybe he could be okay at this age.
Man, you know how many hits Ben took hits, and
but that was his style,
hit and then look down at you like you good, big man.
But that was his style. That's the point. He would hold the ball way too long.
I'm not really a fan of his. In college, I hated him only because they would beat I'm an LSU fan in college, and I'm talking about Tim Tebow with Florida.
Yeah.
I got a couple facts about Tebow. Tebow does not have the mechanics. None of that.
He has the championships in LSU. I mean, in Florida.
He does. Yeah, that's. But you know who he beat out at quarterback?
Who?
Yes. Cam.
Oh, that's right. Cam had to transfer. Right. You're right.
Right. But Cam transferred because he stole a
laptop.
Yeah, and he threw out the window. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So y'all don't know that story. Look up Cam. If everybody don't know that story, look up Cam. Cam Newton and iPad. I'm sure that's all he needs to say. A laptop computer. He was getting he had a laptop computer. I don't know if it was stolen or he bought it hot or whatever, but he wasn't supposed to do it. Police came to investigate and he threw it out the window. But that got him kicked off the Ellis.
He pulled one of Carlton's moves. That's some crap you would have done, bro.
Man,
I know you well.
Anyway. So let's get off this thing.
Hey, bro. So tell me what's going on in the world of real estate, bro.
Man, different things, man. Everybody, for those that don't know, I'm a real estate agent. I've been one for close to 20 years. D.C., Maryland, Virginia, Arizona, Louisiana.
Somebody's calling.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're calling for to be on the thing.
Is that a bill collector?
Nah, it's actually Miss Michelle Cooper. You know what I'm saying?
Is she listening?
I don't know. We're about to find out, but I can't. You know how some people answer the phone, they just go in, no filter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, answer it. I'd like to hear Michelle go off on you.
She'll go in quick, you know what I'm saying?
Well, answer the phone,
you know what I'm saying? God damn it. Then whoa, my mother's in the car. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she gonna have to
you're
text
afraid to answer. Gotcha. All right, but go ahead, man. Tell me what's going on in real estate, bro.
So we're going to talk today about appraisals. Okay. What is an appraisal? An appraisal is an evaluation of your property. Okay. It's not done by the buyer. It's not done by the seller. We get an impartial third party, and that person comes to assess the value of your house. Okay. So let's say the Roman's selling his house for $500,000. Okay. Does that mean his house is worth $500,000? Roman could be bad at math, as he is, you know what I'm saying, and thinks the house costs more than what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just the price that the seller is selling his house at, you know what I'm saying? But we might come into an agreement. I might say, hey, Roman, I think your house is worth 480. He's like, all right, Steve, since you're my people, I can go with 480, and we'll go with 480. Now,
I ain't doing that. Even if you're my people, but go ahead.
Anyway, so Miss Cooper, if you call them to be on the show, you can call back in like 2 minutes. I gotta watch you when you call. So at that point, if I'm getting a finance deal means the bank is lending me money to do this transaction, right? They want to make sure the house is really worth $480,000 or the contract price. Right. So if they send somebody an impartial buyer, it used to be a part where we knew the appraisals. Nowadays we don't know the appraisals. So it's
when you say we, you talking about real estate agents?
Oh, real estate agents, the brokers. You know, we could send out. We knew appraisers, so we could send them out. Hey, Roman, go over there and check out this house over such and such, and the contract price is $500,000. I don't know why, and that was a job. There you go. Anyway, someone comes over there, third party, and they assesses the value of the house. If the house comes in at $480,000, we fine. If it comes in under 480, that is a problem. And if it comes in over, you have what's called equity. Okay, you're moving in with equity. Equity, for y'all people that don't know, equity is the amount of money over what you get in the house. Say you bought a house for $500,000 and it's worth $510,000. That means it has $10,000 in equity.
Right.
So he assesses, the appraiser comes and assesses that value. When he comes and assesses the value, you know, if it comes in short, let's say it comes in at 450. The bank said, okay, we're going to give you 450 call. But you said, hey, I'm selling this thing for 480. So either you can come down on your price or I had to come up with the difference in cash. Okay. So now I got to say, oh, okay, I like this house so much, even though it was short, I'm going to pay $30,000 over to do it. That happens in this type of market, by the way. You usually don't see that. Most people walk. Most time the seller will meet your prices.
Right. They're going to add, you're going to get above what the market value
Right.
is. So is it just when you're selling your home that appraisals?
No. Say you want to do. Say you're in your home, and good question. Say you're in your home and you want to put an addition onto your house. You want to add another bedroom, or you want to put a balcony or a basement, anything. Right. Okay. It costs you a certain amount of money. Well, you can say, hey, I can get a home equity loan to do this. All right. So a home equity loan is equity in there, of course, and it has money. You can borrow the equity. You can borrow how much your house is worth. You know what I'm saying? Not house is worth, excuse me, how much equity you have in your house. And you can borrow that. So if you got $100,000 in equity, you can use that $100,000 to do something that you want. Upgrade your house because you can sell it for more money when you're ready to sell. So it's a good thing. Or you can go buy a car. You can go start a business. You can do anything you want with equity. It's your way to work. Do whatever you want. But in a home equity loan, they will want to see the value of your house. So they'll send someone else to do it.
Right.
I wouldn't. Or you could be a homeowner and say, hey, I want to know how much the value of my house is, and ask for it as well. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend that. Any competent realtor
wouldn't recommend
can do that. If you want to know the price value of your house, just call me.
You just do comps in the area.
Right, I'll do it. And we go to the same training that appraisers go to.
Right.
So most realtors know how to comp a house. You know what I'm saying? Comping of a house is something we used to do. You know, I used to do like 10, 12 comps a day. Just random.
So now I'm gonna get into the little controversy and challenge you on a little bit of some of this stuff. Who's this?
That's Miss Michelle. I think she wants to say
something. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's let Michelle see what
her realtor was excellent. I heard. Hello.
Michelle.
Yes.
My bell. What's up, Michelle?
Hey, Colton, you might remember that happened with us when we bought our house. Excuse me, here.
Right. Right.
They had an asking price. Our price came in, I think, was $25,000 lower.
Correct. I don't remember.
But
go ahead.
Yeah, but my question is, at that point when it comes in lower, and then you renegotiate a sale price of what the house is actually worth, is it legal for the realtor on the other side to then change the conditions of the deal, because then remember he wouldn't give us as much in closing and that sort of thing.
Well, what you got first, before to get the guy in trouble, okay? The guy was the realtor, but he also was the owner of the house. So it doesn't matter that he was a realtor, but yeah, he can change the terms of the deal. And on our deal, he changed it. Your realtor, me, had wrote up this excellent
you should have fired his ass, Michelle.
excellent offer that had a whole bunch of.
He was actually very good, actually.
Who? The owner of Carlton?
Same one that sold you your house, Roman.
Carlton.
I sold Roman house.
Michelle, we'll talk offline. I'll tell you my nightmare stories. You can share yours.
Whatever. Okay. So anyway, Michelle, he was the owner, and so the owner didn't like the terms because he had to pay $25,000 lower price. Okay, and so that was good for us, but at the same time, he didn't have to go through the deal with you, and it was into his benefit. I'm gonna tell you this as your realtor. It was his benefit to cancel the deal, to get out of it, and get a whole new buyer because the appraisal was horrible. He was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So he could have did that and put the house back on the market, got another deal that came in at that higher price. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, we would have to find another house. And if I remember, you loved this house more than anything. You was the old Carlton. You're the best realtor ever, and she wasn't lying about that. But this house has to be. Oh, this is me. It talked to my soul. You know how people get all into it, and so. It was like, do you want to go try to find another house like this, or we just deal with the one that you got? And so we chose to, me, you, and your husband chose to go for that type of house and do with it. So the realtor, he said, well, then I'm going to pay less of what I was going to pay. And the stuff that he was going to pay wasn't going to affect your bottom line, because if I recall, your mortgage amount went down with the lower price. And so therefore you got,
did.
Right. So it was close to what you wanted to pay for it per house. So you was winning all the way around. Matter of fact, I don't know in dollar figures. I don't want to scream out your dollar figures of what you was winning over, But let's assume that you was, came in $50,000 higher, and after everything, you still come in $15,000 higher, and you got everything that you wanted.
When you talk about higher, you talking about she paid less.
Well, I'm saying she got everything on her list that she wanted.
Got it.
She got the house she
wanted,
wanted, the payment amount,
less.
the money put down on
right.
it. She got everything that she wanted, and at the same time, she was paying $15,000 less.
Got it. So, for the property.
Right.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
So do you want to risk that and go find another house? That's what.
Well, especially if she loved the house that she was negotiating.
But I had to their point, I had to explain that to them, because their answer was
him
yes.
or Michelle.
I told Michelle earlier, because Michelle is a friend of ours. So
yeah.
I told Michelle, I said, in real estate, everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiable. You know what I'm saying?
Including getting a different
I wish I had never told her that.
Including getting a different real estate.
She negotiated to this point. To this point, I've been doing real estate 20 years, 5 states I'm licensed in, okay, with affiliates across the United States. She's the only person I ever went to closing with that read every word on the closing documents. I'm talking about 173 pages of documents.
Damn, Michelle, that sounds like you. That sounds like you back in Springbrook, girl. You ain't changed.
Yeah, I did. I had it in the notebook and everything.
Well, everybody was heated, heated in that thing.
Hey, but that's
no,
what she should be.
No,
what you mean? No.
She questioned everything. You know what I'm saying?
To me,
me and her husband was like, man.
No. To me, looking at it from a third party, that says that she didn't trust you as a real estate agent.
No. It's not
me. Well,
me.
you have to remember though, from a buyer's perspective. I mean, this is a major purchase. This is a life-changing.
It's most people's major. I'm not trying to minimize the process of signing. I'm not saying that at all. But if I've been through close to 200 closings in my life, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm a pretty judge of all 200 ain't read like you. Matter of fact, you're the only one out of 200 that read everything in the concept. I don't think I'm wrong when I said she was extra on this. Okay,
no, dude, she was thorough. It was thorough.
Thorough was one thing, but it was a different situation. You know what I'm saying?
Michelle,
you did right, because Carlton was looking for that check so he can go here and deposit it. That's
I will say to Carlton's point though, that when I did purchase a home and we went through Carlton, he is our friend, but it was also a learning experience for us. So he did explain everything, and I learned a lot about the process. And I don't think I probably wouldn't have gotten that if we had gone with someone who we didn't know.
I'm sorry, we couldn't hear you say.
Michelle,
say
hold on. You talking about this dude? Because my experience was totally different. But we can talk
Roman's
offline
experience was
again.
just as pleasant. But I mean, I'm not here to talk about my real estate deals. This is not what this show's about here. I was just trying to tell y'all what an appraisal was. That's what an appraisal is.
So-
People didn't come tune in today.
So
for that.
Michelle, you can stay on for this next comment I'm about to make. So,
Okay.
So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this, because this is really a follow up from one of our earlier shows where we talked about racism and real estate, specifically when homes are being appraised.
Right.
Right. So I know you had mentioned the last show that one of the reasons why in Black communities homes were being devalued was because of the school situation. And I challenged that's not the case when I used DC as an example.
You did.
Right. And then since then we've come across several different articles, stories, examples of Black families who had to whitewash their home.
What do you mean by whitewash for the people that's out there?
Right. So in particular, this family, Black family married, they wanted to get an appraisal of the house because they were trying to get some equity. Right. So when they first appraiser came to their home, they were Black. They were very Afrocentric. They had a lot of Black paintings, books about Black from Black artists or authors, excuse me. The music there, so the whole pictures of their family.
Somebody was walking through the house. They obviously
The
knew Black
appraisal
people
was
lived
walking through
there.
the house and essentially gave them an appraisal that came down $500,000 less
Than the last time they had one.
than the last time they had another appraisal.
Right.
So then they contact a white friend of theirs, paid for another appraisal several weeks later to come back, a different appraisal, same company I believe, came back, white person, but they asked their white friend to come in,
stuff in
pretend that this is their house,
Right.
put their pictures of the family up, make
As a matter of fact, they had the white person was there at the house.
That's what I'm saying.
That
So-
didn't happen in the first time, but a lot of people, they make sure
the
so
second time.
Right,
Yeah, that's
right.
my point. So they took the pic. So they made it seem like they made it clear that no evidence of a Black person owning that property.
This is a total different appraiser coming by the way. It's not the same appraiser.
Yes, and then the appraisal came back $600,000 more
Right.
after the house was whitewashed. So my question, and I don't know, Michelle, if you've ever gone through that or experienced that, but my question is, as a real estate agent, have you personally seen these types of situations
Oh
happen?
yeah, it happens.
And what recourses can a person take that when you know that they're being
Well, what we do is
discriminated
if
against?
if I'm like in a situation where Michelle, realtor,
Right.
it came in less. Okay. So that's usually considered a good thing when it comes to less because we pay less for the house.
Well, yeah,
if I've
because
been on
as the
I've been
person
on
who's
other-
buying it,
right.
yes, of
I've been on
course.
the other side of that as well.
Right.
So the first thing we do is we do comps as well. We know what the appraiser should come back with.
Right.
Explain the comp.
Right.
So the comp process is we look at other houses that's in a 1 mile square range. Sometimes it's a half mile square range. Sometimes it's a subdivision.
Right.
Okay. And we look at the
Selling price of other
the
homes.
no, not the selling price. Everything needs to be matched. The square homes that had around the same square footage, same lot size, things of that nature, and we'll compare it.
And sold
And
with
sold in the last
with
90 days. Yeah, I'm sorry. So sometimes we'll go last 6 months.
Right.
If we can't find something, we might go back a
You
year.
expand it, right?
So we know exactly what we should come up with, and it's a time of when these things you can pick your comps. He might pick 3 different comps, and I might pick 3. A comp is another house. It stands for comparable. A comp. I might find 3 houses that I like to compare your house with. He might find 3 others that for his right is better, and so he'll come up with a number, and I come up with a number. So before I even write the offer, I'm doing the comps of the house. I need to know how much this house is worth. I'm not going to give it to you just because your price says that. It's nowhere. I could give you a price, and I know it's your price is $500, and I say I know it's $480. Why I wouldn't give you $500 for it? I know I'm gonna do my comps on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to get my clients to pay less for your stuff. I'm not trying to get my clients to beat your price. Okay.
So then, as a consumer, I guess what I'm hearing from Roman is that while situations like that do exist and they are real, it is the buyer's responsibility and the realtor of the buyer's responsibility to also do their due
Correct.
diligence
Right.
in protecting themselves.
Absolutely.
Right. And so it's so we kind of know, but to fasten the point up. Sometimes they'll come in opposite low. Like what? On Michelle's house is like, are you really? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm representing her, and it's a good thing for us, so I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I immediately told Michelle, hey, they're gonna come down on the price. He ain't really got no choice.
Yeah. So
Which was
that's
bad, which was really bad because he did have a choice.
But so that's a clear cut example from a buyer's perspective. But I'm talking about from another
right.
aspect. As
And that's how-
homeowners, you own the home.
Right.
You're
It came in less
part
than
of
the ground.
owning a house is this is how you build generational wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this example, this family that I share, where they had a $600,000 difference from an appraisal, that's $600,000 that less than if they went with that original appraisal, that the value of the house that they would have lost in equity because of how they were being discriminated against.
You're right. I'm just like Calvin. I see your question. Calvin has something similar. Calvin say, "What's the difference between an appraiser and a tax assessor?" Calvin, I'm gonna give me 2 minutes. I'm gonna answer one more question. I'm gonna get you that. But that's a great question. What's the difference between a tax appraiser and an advisor? Thanks for coming on, Michelle. Michelle just hung up. In your situation, it was obvious that the house was super valued. They bought the house for damn near what the appraisal came in. In your situation, of the case we're talking about, where the case came in $500,000 less. You know what I'm saying? That's how you open it up. I don't know what the numbers were, but that happens a lot in homes where the community is black. As in like since black people live here, it must be worth less than the same complex in a white neighborhood.
Is that taught?
It's not taught. No, it's illegal.
I get it.
Right.
So
But it's hard to prove. That's because it's taught. It's hard to prove. Because,
what recourses then would you recommend? Would you recommend?
well, you can go to the appraiser itself. Hey, I don't believe in this. You know what I'm saying? Can you justify it? He just can't. He has to justify why he thinks that costs it. So he has his comps that justify what he's saying. Okay, that's his opinion, and you can't say his opinion wrong based upon what he.
Hell yeah,
no,
you can.
Not from what his thing is. It's not just his saying. If he's just saying, hey, I think this house is worth $450, he has to have comps to show it's worth $450. It's some comps out there that he found to justify what he was saying. Okay, that's what it is. That's why it's so hard to find out if he's truly lying. He ain't just make it up. He got facts to back up what he's saying.
I can't see no facts based on that.
You can't say, but
actually.
it's how we look at my. I got hundreds of homes to choose from. I can find 3 homes to say the value of what I have.
I get it, but my point to you is where the issue is when a second appraiser comes back and they're appraiser of that same property,
Right.
3 weeks later
I
is
got
worth
you.
$600,000
Right.
more.
He could come back and say, you try to say, hey, this appraiser is wrong. You go to him and say, hey, change this. This is wrong. This is obviously wrong. He could say, I'm going to stand by what I'm saying because you can't overturn him. I'm cool. Well, I want your boss to look at it. He can look at it. The boss is going to go back to the guy
Well,
and say,
I'm-
hey,
I'm
hold on.
curious.
He's going to say, hey, I'm going to go by what my guy said. He's a licensed appraiser. He went to school for this. His license said he knows what he's doing.
So I'm curious to see what this case, because they're now suing that appraiser.
Right.
The black families are suing that. So I'm curious to see how that case ends.
But before it even gets to court, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's so much that happens along the way, and most people don't feel like taking it to the step by step. Yes, you should, but appraiser and my stuff with appraiser been wrong. Probably less than 10% changed it. Less than 10%
What do you mean?
changed the value. Well, where they I said they were wrong. I'm pleaded with them. I give them new comps to what it should be, better comps that's closer, more identical to the house, and yet they will say that no, we're staying with our bed.
So to that end, then maybe part of the advice that we give our listeners is if they're in a situation like that, maybe they too need to whitewash their house, have a white friend
Well,
that they know, and come in and do
Well,
that.
we tell people that as seller, when I represent a seller, we tell them that take your stuff down because you want other people to come to the house and see what they want to see. They don't want to see your stuff on it. They don't want to see you and your family coming back from Disney World or Disneyland and all that. They don't want to see that. So I tell them, take down your house.
So then you're proving my point. So discrimination is so real within the real estate industry.
It's illegal as well, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
No, I get it. I know it happens. That's been my whole point the whole time, and I know it happens. So we're being cut off of generational wealth because of the color of our skin.
it's the generational wealth, because some people in that situation, yeah, they can lose a lot of money. And this is what Roman means by that. If they didn't do anything and they get that appraisal back, they know the house is worth 1.5 and it comes back at $1 million.
No, it came back at one.
Roman, it came back at $1 million. Okay, God, dog, everything got to be exact with you. $1 million. I'm just trying to get them a quick example. We ain't got to carry the 5 and 3 and all that. Okay,
You never did in the school, but go ahead.
Anyway, you was always bad man. So at the same time, it comes back at $1 million, right? Now all of a sudden you can't get that home equity loan because you have no equity in your house according to the appraiser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you don't have access to do that type of stuff that you could do with your equity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not possible. I don't care what you bought it at. The appraisal said your house is worth $1 million. I don't care that you bought your house 5 years ago for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? That don't matter. That means you bought a bad house at that time. If your house is only worth $1 million 5 years later, you bought a bad house.
Right. So
Or a set of circumstances happened. That's what they essentially did to this couple that was trying to do it. They knew the house was worth 1.5. What they did is they went to them to have them change it. This guy said, no, I'm sticking with it. They went to the boss. He said, I'm going to go with my guy. You know what I'm saying? And then they got the idea to get a second appraisal coming in, okay, to do that. And then on a new home, a second appraisal don't mean nothing. You can come in with a second appraisal, it could be right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
The first one got more weight.
Well, okay. So, but you're comparing apples and oranges.
No,
a new home is irrelevant. I'm talking about black wealth being denied based on the fact of people's skin colors. That's what I'm talking about. A new home, nobody owns the house, so of course it's going to be appraised by whatever, I guess objectively.
Yeah, but you can't. It's more to see than that. Hey, Stacey Goodall, how you doing? Arizona in the house. James Walker, I see you, my man. Ken. It's different than Roman. It's what can happen. Yeah, they're taking away your access to be able to do things to generate black wealth.
Yeah.
Okay. Or just wealth. It's because it's not black wealth. White people get homes as well.
It's black wealth because it's black people that's being impacted negatively by
but it happens in white communities as well. You get bad appraisals all over.
Really?
Yes, you do. Really.
You've had white clients that
Quite a few.
No, really. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. Man, you moved out the area sometime and, it didn't stay in your same neighborhood your whole life. You might see other types of
my
people.
people that have.
Okay.
So my point is,
But
though,
it happens. But after you can't automatically come to say this day. Now, do I think it's in that situation they had to go over and above, had to pay another $1,000 for an appraisal to come in. Most people were not willing to go through that. They knew they was getting it right. You know what I'm saying? So most people just let it go. And not letting it go, you're messing yourself up later on. Okay? But if for somebody that don't have that money, don't have $1,000, they say, I don't know what we're gonna do. That guy just succeeded in taking away $500,000 from them.
Well, I think their appraisal is 500. But let me ask you this question with regards to legally. So we know Congress. This is something that Congress is working on behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any information with regards to, this is your profession, any information with regards to where that stands and some of the laws that Congress is looking to implement?
Well, it's already a law. It's fair housing is part of it. The question is proving that was what they're trying to do. That's different.
Do you think that example and the many other examples that I sent to you,
they're going to look for him with a pattern. What they're going to do is they're going to look at this appraiser and they're going to go through everything he's ever done. And if they see a systematic error, they're going to redo the comps and they're going to come up with, oh, wow. And if they see the people, houses who have been black are less than the whites, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's in trouble. I mean, he's looking at jail time. He's serious trouble.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And there's a history of that.
Right. So so they're going to tear his life apart trying to find the inconsistencies and things of that nature, okay? But that's going to take time. They're going to also see other people, his firm. They might be looking people in his firm. Maybe the firm is telling them, hey, I want you to devalue these black folks' homes. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of conversations that some people have in these brokers and things. You see what I'm saying? Some of it is not written rules. Some of it is
Is that part of the institutional racism that
Mr. Bethea, I see you, sir.
Is that part of the institutional racism that we've talked about?
Oh yeah, systematic. Yeah.
So it has nothing to be. It's not something that's openly talked about.
No.
It's just naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So things can happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the part of what they talk about systemic racism and things of that nature. It's a system that's built there that is so racist, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, but it's every day, you know what I'm saying? I think I learned something from you recently when you told me that they're going to start taking addresses off of applications.
Oh no, on resume.
Yeah. And I was like, why? Why would you take why was that? I think your answer was excellent because I hadn't thought of it. Tell me the reason why they're taking addresses off the resume.
So there's another form of discriminating in corporate America.
You drag every story on. I just want
Dude, if we
pour
count
some more
words of
sangria.
who speaks the most in here, you're probably triple mine because you're so damn long-winded. But in any event, so in corporate America, when people preparing their resume nowadays, it is advised that you do not include your address, because when you include your address, recruiters, human resource personnel, it could have a biasness towards you if you live in certain areas, especially if you're in the community of color. So they'll avoid calling you for a job or interview as a result of that. So it's irrelevant where you live, to be quite honest with you, when you're looking for a job. So who cares? Why should it be on your resume?
Right, but look how long it took to get that off there.
Exactly.
You know, that was pro forma. That's what you taught when you're writing a resume. You know, saying your address. You know, it's the first thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as we grow as a community, you started seeing like, hey, you put Capitol Heights or District Heights on your application, they might be throwing that thing in the trash can because those are areas in the DC area that are considered, you know, high black, you know, this and that. And you calling for a job and it's supposed to be colorless. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's a lot of that going on. Definitely.
So you know what I would love to do, man, if we can get someone in that profession to come in. And I'm not talking about a real estate agent.
No, you're talking about an appraiser.
An appraiser, right?
Yeah, and I can call some. It's just that we have a law in real estate called 2008 Dodd Act, which basically said that we can't use appraisers that we know anymore to go out and check out houses because that's wrong with that.
There's a conflict of interest,
right? But that was standard. You know what I'm saying? We never really worried about low appraisers,
right?
So now we can't do that. Everything goes to an appraisal management company, and they send people out at random. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we don't really have those connections we used to. I know them, but I haven't called since Frank Act took place. There's no need for them. So I ain't called them in 5 years. I ain't talked to them. You know,
right. Well, let's see if you can go back in your phone book, bro, and get some back.
And the appraisers that might be on my line, you know, I've been at Facebook for some years. There ain't appraisers on my line. You know. Call in. Let me know what's going on.
I would like to if we can, get two of them in here. One of color, one and Caucasian.
I know that in Maryland, I think of all the appraisers, only 2% in the state are black. 2%.
It's interesting because we had our house appraised twice last year because the interest rates were so great. We refinanced.
When you're trying to refinance your house, that's another example of refinance means you want to get the house. You're going through the process again. You want to I can't even talk. It's been Roman. You want to take a chance, not a chance. You want to take that equity out your house. You need to have that thing.
No, we weren't interested in getting equity. We were
just one of the things, right?
So, but in the event,
you can buy your both nice gift, you know, things of that nature. I don't think y'all cheap people. But hey, LaSon, how you doing?
But the two appraisers who came to our home, both of them were black. So I guess we got 2%.
Right. My man Sal, what's going on?
And then the second time, to be honest with you, I kind of alluded to the person we were at the bank.
Hold on.
I want someone who looks like me to come and.
My man Sal is online. Sal is one of my loan officers in Phoenix, but he also does loans. He's licensed throughout all 50 states, so he can do loans all 50 states. Sal, we're trying to get an appraiser. See if you can line one up for me. You know, to be willing to come talk. He don't have to come to DC where the show is being filmed. We can get him anywhere. And have a question. So if you can look up one of your connections, because the banks sometimes, you know, they keep appraisers, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Sal, do that for your boy. Shout out to Phoenix.
All right, I think we're gonna beat this down at least this week because I want to keep going on this because I'm way awoke on this topic because at the end of the day, bro, it's
Danny
about
Hill.
wealth.
I see you, boy.
It's about wealth, and there's too many outlets out here that's trying to hold us down as
most definitely is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. Definitely, you know what I'm saying.
And owning homes has always been known to be the quickest way to gain wealth.
Yes, it is.
And when we're being discriminated against, we gotta really bring attention to that.
And we've been discriminated against in real estate since the beginning. I mean,
I get it.
They had covenants that said you couldn't sell your house to a black person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real stuff out here.
Yeah. So now it's not as blatant, but it's still happening.
It's hard to see, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's always like they say back in the day. They said in the 50s it was standard. In the 50s and 60s, they could say you come in looking for a job and you said get your black ass out of here. We're not hiring. That was cool. That was fine. You know what I'm saying? And you left. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's amazing you said that because it was someone has sent me a newspaper clipping for
you read
an ad. I was looking at the picture actually, and I was trying to figure it out. So I was looking for an ad for administrative assistant.
Right.
This is back in the '60s, and it basically said they're looking for a pretty, about 5'8", pretty woman who's 5'8". Right, weighs about 115 pounds. I mean, literally, it said that in the ad. Where today, bro, you get the companies will be shut down because they'll get sued so much for something like that.
But and the only reason, but they and it probably went a long time till they probably got sued and had to change the law.
Well,
it's the whole thing. Like remember how what's the thing when you say this? Not Star Spangled Banner, but
pledge allegiance to the flag,
right? Mm-hmm. But people got mad and said under God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But before that was never questioned. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you can't force my child to say under God. I'm suing. You know what I'm saying? And then they had to take under God. I don't know if they still do. I can't even tell you the last time I said the Pledge of Allegiance. If they took out under God and the Pledge of Allegiance, let me know.
I think they took God out of public schools. Period.
Let me know how it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I see Melanin 360 in the house. That's what I'm talking about. For y'all that don't know, check her out. My girl Melanin 360. That's my girl Jeray. You know what I'm saying? She she got the show after us. You know what I'm saying? But
all right, man. Let's get to this. Let's get to this other topic. So you had a conversation in the barbershop, didn't you? Today.
Did I?
Talk about it, bro.
I like going to barbershops. For those who don't know, that's where we go, and it's no holds bar. Everything's out. Blah blah blah. Brother came into the barbershop, and people hadn't seen him in a while. He said, "Man, I had to get out the area, dog." He said, "What happened? What you mean?" He said, "Man." And so before he can get into it, one of the barbers knew he had a baby. He's like, "Man, how little man doing, yeah?" You know what I'm saying? He said, "Man, that's the whole situation right there." He said, "What happened?" He said, "Man, the baby wasn't mine, dog." Everybody look at what you mean the baby wasn't yours?
How old was the baby?
Like 2.
Damn.
2, maybe 3. Don't quote 2, maybe 3.
Right.
The baby had some type of medical condition, and they was asking the family to get tested.
Right.
It was during the testing process they found out that he couldn't be. He couldn't be the father. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't the father. And so
2 years later. Huh?
2 years later, he took it heated. He, cussed the chick out. She was telling like it was between you and somebody else. It wasn't like I was sleeping with a rack of people. You know what I'm saying? It's, But anyway, people in the barbershop was like, "Whoa, you just left little man?" Like, because he going around introducing everybody. That's his son. His mama thought she was a grandmother. Plus, the relationship with the girl was stressful. She was over the time. They didn't live together nothing. But over time, she was cussing him out on the phone. If you don't bring this pamper money over here, you won't ever see your son no more. Taking them through. He jumping through hoops and doing everything that he doing. But he a good dude. Good father. I seen the little dude for a couple times because he brought him up in the barbershop. Right. And now they ain't his. And he just like.
So what did he do?
He just left. He tied him, talk to one of the baby too. But he don't mess with the baby. He don't mess with the mama, the family. He ain't trying to go see him. Everybody was like, "Whoa, you already got a bond with him." So I was telling Roman, I was like, "What would you do in that situation?" You know what I'm saying? How you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Does the chick need to get a should the police be involved? I mean, is it a police action? Should she face it like a false police report? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but he ain't spent bread. I mean, he spent a whole lot of bread. I got kids. I know how much kids cost.
Were they still together? Or was this?
I don't know. They never lived together. But
no, I'm saying were they together like from the relation standpoint?
I don't really know. I mean, I don't answer the question. I can't even answer that.
So we have a mutual friend. So before I answer your question, we have a mutual friend who went through a similar situation. Our boy, we won't say his name.
Yeah. I can't even shout him out. I'm about to shout out my man.
Right, you can't.
Shout out my man.
Talk about dry snitching, right?
Right. I ain't seen him in man. Shout out to everybody in the 910. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, though.
So yeah, similarly, he met this woman. I forgot a bar or club back in the day when we all used to hang out.
Oh,
so
stop. I'm sorry. Calvin, you did not get your answer question. I'm sorry. Calvin, I'm keeping you out. I promised Calvin I was going to ask the difference between an appraiser and a tax assessor. I'm sorry. Roman will be right there because I know they're dying to jump on the subject. A tax, the question is, what's the difference between an appraiser and a tax assessor? A tax assessor is doing the same thing. He's trying to see how much your house is worth, but he's not doing it in depth. He's not doing comps. He's basing it off a couple simple facts. You know what I'm saying?
square footage.
You know what I'm saying? You know, what we call drive-by appraisals, where they can just drive past your house and know how much your house is worth without taking the stuff and looking inside what it is. And you're going to get a more vague number. And it's usually going to be 20%, roughly 25% less than what a real appraisal is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and they don't have no issues making your property value higher because that means they get to tax you more.
Exactly. Right. So therefore you want it lower, you know what I'm saying? But that's they have to give a value a house, but they not trying to come in and do it an extensive one. You know what I'm saying? They going to do we don't have to leave work to get how much your house is worth. We got all the sales and comps right here, you know, and we feel this whole neighborhood is worth this. So it's not as a science on that, man. My shout out to you, Calvin, on that, man. Thanks for getting back on me on that. Yeah. Roman was talking about what, Ron?
So we're talking about a boy who back in the day met this young lady at a club. They did what a lot of people did back then with a lot of clubs. Right. So they, really quickly got intimate and ultimately produced a child. There was no true connection from the emotional. I thought it was his
girl.
It wasn't his girl.
It wasn't.
It was not his girl.
Because I met her on a couple different cases. I mean, they used to do the whole arm in arm thing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you lying.
See, this is my girl right here.
I'm glad you ain't mentioned my man's name because that did not happen.
Okay.
Because it was literally a casual relationship. Okay. So they produced a child together. Mm-hmm. He did the right thing. He was taking care of the child. Mm-hmm. He brought the child around all of us, including his family.
Right.
And it was peculiar because we look at the child. He had no resemblance of our friend. They look, and I'm not talking about for when he was like 3 months old. Right. I'm talking about when the child even got to 2. There was no resemblance whatsoever. Dude.
I'm not gonna go there. I mean,
I know you won't because you don't mind raising other people's kids. But in any event,
kids. I'm not even understanding what that means, son.
That means you willing to fall prey to some woman lying to you, telling them that a child is yours when it's not. Nah. So in any event, he goes through life thinking that this child is his for 2.5 years. Uh-huh. By chance, similar to your boy you met at the barbershop, right? Mm-hmm. By chance, she was getting money from the government, DC government,
right,
because of this child. Okay. So the DC government kept saying, look, we need to know who the father of this child is so we can go after him and make him pay child support for this child. So she evaded them as long as she could. And then finally, she couldn't anymore. They threatened her that they were going to cut off all funds. So ultimately, she gave his name. He had to go because they served him papers. So because of that, he had to go to the court and get blood tested. Mm-hmm. There was a 99 point something chance that child was not his. Mm-hmm. So clearly the child was not his. My man was heartbroken. I don't know if you were around or had you gone to New Orleans by then.
No, it was here because I told, because he came past my house. He told me he came past my
that dude was so heartbroken. I felt so bad for the man, and he was asking me. He asked me. So this is going to answer your question. What would I do? So he asked me what he should do. He's been in this child's life. He loves him like crazy. And, the child, his whole family has accepted the child's part of their their family. Mm-hmm. And so I told him, I advised him, Lee, if you're going to not be a part of this child's life anymore, you need to do it now while this child is still 2 years old.
Yeah.
Because if you stay longer, then it's going to really have some impact to him personally, emotionally, and all this other stuff. That was the most difficult decision he ever made in his life, and so he walked out And I'm not gonna say he walked out of a child's life, but he disconnected himself from that situation because it was a child.
It happens. Definitely happens. For those that's just tuning in, we're working on this is Always at Odds podcast. We're here every Thursday, usually sometime around 6:30. You can always catch us anytime. You can find anywhere your podcasts on. You know,
Dude, I don't even know why you give time.
But anyway, my man Frankie Ball, who's watching. What's up, Frank? Frankie in the house. Frankie said, a Baltimore man kills ex-wife and new baby because of child support and holding the kids away from him. Ooh, I think I read that.
So, in his case, he's saying the person who did that, it was their child.
Yeah.
Okay, but their
if
mother
you
is
did
trying
that, it's 7 years old. You spent that's your son, and then somebody tells you it's not your son. You know what I'm saying?
So now, admittedly,
Biological.
You know, it's funny because my wife and I, we've had this like jokingly conversation, like when our kids were like in their early teens. What if you find out these were not your kids? Nah, ain't nobody at that point going to tell them that's not my child. Right. So now I probably would never walk out.
What they said in the barber shop. I'm going to check this out. Any lawyers in here that might know the incident, call up 480-200-9570. I want to know the answer to this. I think it's real though. The guy said whoever signs the birth certificate is the father. If the father that he thought it was, he signs it, he's legally obligated at that point. That's why I don't know, but that's what they said. That would be a good question. Anybody, just if you sign the birth certificate, does that make you legally responsible in the eyes of the law? If you come out to find out,
I want to say because I watch certain courtroom drama stuff. I want to say you're right by that, but yeah, I'm not an attorney, so we got to really get advised by an attorney on that question. So, what would you do? See, like I mean, right now I know you have a son. He's what, 19?
I got two. I have two sons. I got my other sons in Phoenix.
Right. So, but the youngest is 19, right?
18.
All right. So, to that end, what would you do if you found out, say, at 2, that you were not the father, although you thought you were, compared to if you found out when he was 10 or when he was 15?
Even at 2, I mean, I'm you met my mother and all like that. I might have to go ahead and just play that role for real.
Interesting. Really?
I started something. I mean, and leaving a child, you know what I'm saying? At those age, them first 4 to 5 years is crucial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the child didn't ask to be heard in that situation. He ain't asked none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to add to that thing. Will it be hard? Extremely. Because I'm looking at her differently off the bat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot. But it's people that I conversate with that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Today, I mean, you do it. You work in 9 to 5 corporate world. That's people that you don't like that you work with, but you don't go in and cuss them out, do you?
No, of course
exactly. Not. So I could be, you know what I'm saying? Is he ready? Can I get his bag?
Hey, bro.
Man, I'll be back on Monday. We going to, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. It'll be hard, but after a while, it's like, you know.
And I respect that.
Right.
Here's what I will tell you with that, though. I mean, she holds all the power, bro. If it's your child, you can go and demand when you can and when you can't see the child. But when the woman, this is no longer, you now know this is no way possible this is your child. She's not going to give you that right to see the child. Right. So she can force you out of that child's life. So that's what I'm saying. So why would you put yourself?
Let's say she can, but who said she won't? I mean,
I get that, but my point is though, if she's vindictive enough to have you believe for 2 years that a child is yours and is not, imagine what kind of game she would play with you.
I'm not
if she know you're emotionally tied to the child.
But I might care more about the child than her at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I get it, but my point to you is you have no right at this point. She has all the right.
I mean, you can get an argument out of anything. I mean, at the same time, I'm just telling you what I would do. I mean, I ain't thought of it. It ain't happened to me. I ain't got no 5 arguments to prove it wrong. I think I would be there for little man because I rocks with him.
But it's all on her.
Yeah, I ain't even thought about that. I don't even think her like that, dog.
But it's all on her. You're going to give her 100% of the power.
You want me to say yes in 10 languages for you? You can't understand it?
No, I can't.
Okay, that's cool.
I think
that's why we always at odds. Okay, that's why this show is like
because you're always wrong, and I got to prove your ass wrong
man,
all the time.
Please, man, call up here.
Dude, how you gonna want to raise somebody else's child?
I ain't say want.
You just said you would.
I said that's 2 years. It was my son. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
If she lets you,
ain't no let. I'm gonna insist.
dude. You have no rights. You have no legal rights.
How you know? I might go take that to court. It might be a way for somebody to come up and charge her for doing something criminally wrong. I don't know.
They're gonna laugh your ass out of the court.
Hey, now, but that's a dumb thing. I'm understanding though. This set look good. We ain't getting none of this. We ain't getting none of this. I mean, hey,
bro. That's between you and bro. You just punch him, bro.
Hey,
I'll hold him for you too.
Okay. Anyway, I got dumb questions though. I'm not understanding you, man. Oh,
dude, you're gonna raise somebody's child that you know is not theirs.
Yeah,
this is not yours.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I get it when you like if after 5 years and stuff like that, you really attached.
No, on that, I you know. When I married my ex, you know what I'm saying? I have a stepson. He's my son.
But that's different.
It's different, yeah. But I ain't his father, but I'm his father.
But you know going into the relationship that he was going to always be your stepson.
I mean,
in this particular instance, this person lied to you.
As a step parent, you come into a lot of crazy situations. You know what I'm saying? You get that, you're not my dad, that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get that, this and that. But at the same time, it's not just the biological part of it. It's the stuff that you do with them. It's the everyday thing.
I get that.
And if I'm doing that for 2 years every day to a child, I'm attached to it at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with that part of it. My point to you is the reason why you got to look at it holistically is if the woman.
It's not about the woman. It's the child.
Absolutely about her too.
No, it's the child. It's the most. I'm doing it for the child.
So
I ain't doing it for the woman.
If our friend, listen to me, because you're okay. I know you're a little tipsy because you can't handle your drink. But imagine with our friend, after 2 years of being in this relationship, and he just learned this, and if he didn't walk away, now he wants to be in a child life, and the woman says no. What recourses does he have?
Evidently, you had this conversation in your mind all week. Why don't you tell us? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what y'all
I already told your dingbat ass what I would do.
Whatever. I think it's time for us to go. Isn't it?
You're trying to act like you're this noble person. I would take care of a child that's not mine.
I would.
I know you did, and you have, and you that was noble to raise a stepson.
Right.
But you knew going into that relationship that was your stepson. In this instance, you were lied to.
No, that's where you're wrong, because he goes from your stepson to your son. I don't tell him he's my stepson. I don't say, this is my stepson
however
right
you
here.
defined it, I'm great. That's good. I'm talking about the one that was lied to you that is not your son.
Well, in case somebody just joined us, no one actually had the one over here. No one lied to me and said my child is not mine. We're just talking hypothetically here, okay? Roman asked me if I was to have one. Because I can see my phone blowing up tonight. Everybody, son, what she did? What, son? Who was this? All right, let's see how this going to go.
I'm starting now. I'm trying to understand now why you're so passionate about this.
Man, see, now I understand why I ain't seeing you all in my, So, with all that being said, yeah, I'm attached to I was attached to the child, so I'm gonna.
I get it, because I would want to stay too.
Okay,
but I'm looking at it again holistically. I'm not gonna allow some woman to have that kind of power over me, and I want to see the child. Nope, you're not his real father.
Great.
I don't want this child to go to this particular school. Well, you don't have no real say in it. Okay,
but all that could be addressed at that point. At some point, after you find out that child wasn't yours, then you could be like, hey, look, I'm going to continue to be in here because what you did was some effed up stuff. I'm beating this child up. I spent money. I'm invested. I like this and this and that. Yeah. So, hey, I'm going to 50-50 say so and everything. We might get it written down right here, go to court, notarize it, the whole thing. We can do that. Would it happen? I doubt it. But I'm saying we could do that.
Okay, so how about this as a compromise? I hear you.
I'm glad you hear me.
But no, that's all I do is hear you. I'm not feeling you, but I hear you.
Okay.
My point is, if you got to look at the character of the person who lied to you for multiple years, right? How reasonable, realistically, this person's going to be in the future of being honest and willing to accept under the terms that you're describing.
Don't the Chiefs play today, dog? Kansas City. Kansas City play that, right?
You know, I love it when I'm right, because just when you try to change the subject.
I just don't want to have the conversation no more. I'm trying to tell you. Kansas City play tonight, young. They play the Chargers. So I might see that jump.
So I think as usual, I'm right, and we're going to move on. We got a show coming. I don't know too many men. Well, we're still trying to determine if Carlton's a true man anyway. But I don't know too many men.
So you're the least funny person I know, dog. For real.
I don't know too many men who would accept those conditions that you just described.
I hear you.
Because it doesn't make sense. I would really try to talk you out of it.
I hear you.
Like somebody would listen to you. I mean, you have power. I mean, who listens to you?
So
those that don't
so
understand,
if you
I'ma
had
tell you-
listened
I'ma
to me
tell you
for
why.
most of your life, you would have been a different.
I'm gonna tell you. You know why we hate? My family hates Roman. I'm gonna tell you why we hate Roman. Okay.
Not your mother.
Yeah, right. My mama does not hate him. He not Frank. He not saying that as a Joan type
No,
thing.
because she loves me. We hang out all the time.
He met my mother, I don't know, 3rd, 4th grade, 5th, wherever long I known this fool. You know what I'm saying? And, Roman's always, hi, Mrs. Prop. Like Wally Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver for those that look up, Leave It to Beaver for y'all that don't know. There's a guy on there named Wally. And Wally always, good evening, Mrs. Cleaver. How are you? You're looking lovely today. You know what I'm saying? Then they go up in the room. Your mother's so fat. She's so fat, dog.
I never said that about Miss
But
Prophet.
when my mother comes around, he's that whole, let me get that for you, Miss Prophet. Oh, let me get that door. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, my mother raised a
He calls
gentleman.
my mother on on Mother's Day before I get a chance.
And
to.
Valentine's. I sent her roses too.
He calls my mother at 6 a.m. on Mother's Day. So my mother calls me, it's like, Roman called me. How does Roman call me and you not call? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of dude this dude is, man. But anyway, we gotta go.
I'm just being considerate, bro.
you-
That's it. I'm just being considerate.
I tell you, everybody, thanks for watching.
So wait a minute. So now I gotta
Frankie
tell
in the
him
house,
first.
Calvin in the house.
I gotta tell him first. Hey, bro, did you
Sal,
call
what's
your
up,
mother
man?
for Mother's
James
Day?
Walker.
And look, it'd be like
Norris
6 p.m.
Mateo.
at night, and he
What's
still
up,
hadn't
Norris?
yet.
Norris, get your friend over here, man.
What's up, Norris?
Get your man out here. Stacy Goodall. What's
Yeah,
up?
what's the problem? We have plenty of people in the studio asking, what's the problem with
Man.
Roma did with your mother?
What?
What's the problem? What the problem
I
is,
think I'm
bro?
gonna listen to y'all two just like Danny Hill. What's going on, my man? I'm trying
What's
to
up, Danny?
Ken, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Calvin, thanks for the questions.
Hey, guys, listen, we
Michelle,
appreciate
Wade.
y'all listening in tonight.
Wayne Bradley, I ain't even see you on here. Mr. Bradley in the building. Arizona rite of passage on here. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta go.
No, hey, bro,
Willie Brown.
since you messed the introduction up, man, go hit that tune again, bro.
Oh yeah. Roman loves it. Anybody that don't know, this is the song called
Yeah, tell the artist who the artist is.
it's called Tadao. It's old, but Roman's never heard it before, so he into this thing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna end with this. Yeah, y'all lucky I can't sing. I hit him. Ooh. In the shower though, I know world best thing.
I be like, baby, why you so fine? Got to make you mine. So hard to find.